Let me ask you something. If someone followed you around all day, listening to the way you talk to yourself, would they think you love that person? Or would they think you were their biggest critic? Because most of us would never speak to another human being the way we speak to ourselves. You're stupid. You messed that up again. You'll never get it right. But here's the strange part. If your best friend came to you struggling, you'd probably say something completely different. You'd say, "It's okay. You're learning. You'll figure it out." So the real question isn't whether you're capable of kindness. The question is, why don't we give that same kindness to ourselves? Most of us were never taught what self-love actually is. Growing up, loving yourself was often labeled as something negative. If you believed in yourself, people might call you vain, selfish, full of yourself, or narcissistic. So a lot of people learned a strange lesson early on. Loving yourself is wrong. And here's the truth nobody explained to us. Self-love isn't arrogance. It's a responsibility. Because if you don't take care of your relationship with yourself, every other relationship in your life eventually suffers. Think about it. Forgiveness, kindness, patience, growth. Those are the exact qualities that make a healthy relationship work. And those are the same qualities required for self-love. Here's something we rarely think about. You're in a relationship with yourself for your entire life. You can move cities, change jobs, and relationships, but one relationship never leaves. The one you have with yourself. You are there for every success, every failure, every embarrassing moment, every moment of growth. So imagine treating yourself the way you treat someone you truly care about. Instead of saying, "I'm such an idiot," you say, "I'm learning." Instead of, "I always mess things up," you say, "That didn't work, but I'll try again." Because words matter more than we think. There's a reason encouraging words help people grow, and harsh words tear people down. Now here's the wild part. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between someone else saying it and you saying it to yourself. There's a simple idea people sometimes demonstrate with experiments. 2 containers of water. One is spoken to with kindness, the other with negativity. Whether you believe in that experiment or not, the concept behind it is very powerful. Words influence environments. And if words can influence water, imagine what they do to a mind that hears them every day. Especially when those words are coming from the inside. Think about the things people quietly say about themselves. "I'm too old. I'm not smart enough. I'm awkward. I can't do anything right." Now imagine telling a child those things every day. Eventually, they would believe it. So, what difference does it make when we say those things to ourselves? The answer is everything. Because belief shapes behavior, and behavior shapes life. Self-love isn't standing in a mirror repeating empty affirmations. It's something much simpler and much harder. It's acceptance. Accepting that you're human, that you're learning, that you're allowed to grow. Self-love also means forgiveness. You are not the same person you were 5 years ago. You're not even the same person you were yesterday. Life is moment to moment. And sometimes the greatest act of self-love is simply saying, I forgive the person I used to be. Because they were doing the best they could with the awareness they had at that time. Here's another question we rarely ask. What is love to you? For some people, love meant safety. For others, it meant control. For some, love meant commitment. For others, it meant abandonment. The truth is, many of us learned our definition of love from the environments we grew up in. Parents, friends, school, television, social media. But not every example we saw was healthy. Some people experienced unconditional love. Others experienced something closer to toxic love. Love that controls, love that manipulates, love that demands. But real love does something different. Real love builds. It doesn't destroy. There's a reason so many philosophies talk about love as one of the highest states a human can experience. Because when you truly feel love, not just for others, but for yourself, something shifts. You become less reactive, more patient, more understanding. And strangely enough, the more comfortable you become with yourself, the easier it is to love others. Imagine what the world would look like if everyone truly loved themselves. Not ego, not arrogance, but genuine acceptance. Because someone who truly loves themselves doesn't need to tear others down, doesn't need constant validation, doesn't need to prove their worth. They already know it. And maybe that's the real goal. Not becoming perfect, but becoming peaceful with who you are becoming. And if this video resonated with you, if even one part made you pause and reflect on the way you talk to yourself, then do me a small favor. Tap the like button so YouTube knows that this conversation matters. And if you're someone who's trying to grow, trying to understand yourself, and maybe learn to treat yourself with a little more kindness along the way, consider subscribing. Because on this channel we talk about the things most people are thinking about, but not always saying out loud. And if no one has told you this recently, you're doing better than you think. See you in the next video.